Hello and welcome to Blackmans Bay Studios. My name is Mick and this is my old mate Keith. And whether you know it or not, but October 2020 was Black History Month. And good luck with that, you know, I hope it went successfully for them. But from what we can find, there's no White History Month for the benefit of equality and all that, Keith.
I scoured the web,
yeah,
scoured every country on earth, I've never found one, so
we thought we'd do it ourselves. And if you want to get involved, get yourself a camera. Ours are going to concentrate on England.
Naturally.
If you're American or Australian, French, and you want to get involved, get yourself a camera, do a piece that will be like ours that's coming up soon, and let us know in the comments down below that you've done it, and we'll certainly have a look at it. And good luck with that.
Well, they'll promote it even, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, let's get into it, shall we?
Yes, let's get going.
So you know what?
First profile in White History Month is going to be James Cook, isn't it, Keith?
It is. We've got the old pictures, and he gets a little bit vilified by some people. And look, we're going to say right up front, if you don't like any of this, just then fucking turn it off, innit?
Yeah.
Eh? Yes. So James Cook, Mick, born in 1728.
Yep.
And Yorkshireman.
Yeah.
You know. He rose to the through the ranks of the British Navy quite quickly, you know.
He was quite a mature sailor when he went to sea, because he was a merchantman.
Yeah.
So he joined quite late, but his rise to a captaincy was meteoric, to say the least.
Yeah. Now he did 3 of the world's greatest sea voyages in the history of mankind. Now, when I talk about all this Magellan bollocks and Abel Tasman, you know, what Cook had over them is that he was one of the world's greatest navigators, and he could find his way back. Those other blokes went there, couldn't find their way back, you know, but Cook, he had all of that going for him, didn't he?
He was the greatest navigator.
Yeah.
Remember, these were the days without the technology, you know, no GPS, anything like that.
Yeah.
And his charts, which he was meticulous, to say the least,
yeah,
used well into the 1970s by the Australian Navy, believe it or not,
yeah,
were just unbelievable.
That's right. He also kept probably the most meticulous logs, captain's logs, even more meticulous than Captain James T. Kirk, right? He kept meticulous logs, and that's why we know that all his history is actually very accurate with what he did. Yeah. He was also, he undertook scientific experiments as well. He was instrumental in doing the transition of Venus, which only comes around once every 80 years.
Yeah.
And he was tasked to do the one on Tahiti, which he did.
And he was chosen by the Royal Society because they knew that he would get there on time.
Yeah.
He would do the experiment meticulously,
yeah,
and get back, and which he did.
He did, and despite all the thieving that was going on in the Pacific at that particular time, you know. Anyway, he got all over that.
But there's another thing about the trip was that he also used the chronometer invented by James Harrison, the H4,
yeah,
which helped with him establishing exactly where he was longitudinally.
Yeah.
And if you can read the book Longitude or watch the TV dramatisation, I would advise to watch it. It's an amazing thing.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Now, Cook, you know, he comes under a lot of stick. The cancel culture want his statues eradicated all through the Pacific here in Australia and New Zealand. Well, fuck them, right? Captain Cook, as we've said, is an icon of British history, English history, and he remains so to this day. Some of the things he did out in the Pacific, he eradicated basically cannibalism, certainly from New Zealand and Australia. and the Maoris, even as we speak, are trying to erase their cannibalistic history from their record.
They try and deny it, don't they?
They've erased it. They've erased it, and now they want to erase Cook as well. Like the very one person who stopped them doing it, and so they, this cancel culture, as far as we're concerned, there's the door, go and fucking take it,
And even with his notoriety his ability as a sea captain was recognised by England's enemies.
Yeah.
Because a presidential edict from America said if you seize a ship and it's a James Cook ship, you release it immediately. And to their credit, so did the Spanish, and the French. Everybody acknowledged him to be a great mariner.
That's right, and he was the greatest mariner the planet has ever seen, as far navigational. We're not talking military now. He wasn't really a military man, but certainly. And James Cook, mate, we salute you.
Yes. Now James Cook did meet a sad end. It was on what we know as Valentine's Day in 1779, when he happened to arrive on a Hawaiian island on the day that their mythology say that they would be visited by a god on that day, on one of those days. And the priests got jealous, didn't they?
Yep. Didn't like it, so they snuffed him out, the poor old git. But anyway, that is James Cook. Hero. I don't give a shit what all these other people say. James Cook, well done. He's the first of our heroes.
Yeah. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll be back soon with another one of our heroes.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
This has been a Blackmans Bay Studio production.